I think we've been, again, with this short-term time horizon, we have not been spending enough in innovation. We invest. We want our companies to invest aggressively. We don't want profits now. We want them to invest aggressively because we're moving into many winner-take-most markets. And the autonomous taxi world is a very good example of that. That is why our confidence in Tesla, going back to the largest position in our portfolio, is so high.
Tesla is one of those companies that has defied all odds, rising over 695% in 2020 and over 50% in the last 3 months. But Tesla has been trading down recently, which is making a lot of new investors worried. Why is Tesla dropping? This is also something that I've been asking myself, and in this video, I'm going to be going over some of the news that has happened over the past few days, as well as one of the reasons why Tesla is dropping recently. I do want to say real quick that if this is your first time watching the channel and you enjoy the video, consider subscribing to Ark Invest and hit the notification bell so that way you don't miss the next video on Tesla. Without further ado, let's begin. So first and foremost, I want to talk a little bit about the Tesla stock. Right now, Tesla ended up dropping at $714.50. That was the close of the day, a whopping 8.55%. So right now, Tesla has a market cap of $685 billion. At one point, it was all the way up to over $800 billion. So it has not been this low in a long time. So it's been volatile the entire time, but it's just been trending down ever since it hit its peak right around January, the beginning of the year. If you've been a long-term investor in Tesla, you should know that stocks don't always go up. Yes, I understand the meme that stocks only go up, but that's just something that happens. But it wasn't just Tesla. It was also NIO. NIO is another electrical car company. I've covered NIO many times back in November and December, which, by the way, if you guys want me to go back into covering NIO, let me know in the comment section below. But right now, I'm just going over the fact that over the past week, NIO has also been dropping tremendously. So if we also take a look over here in the S&P 500, the trend is also happening. And as you guys already know, the S&P 500 is a good indicator, a fairly simplified but good indicator of how the economy is doing in the United States. And I'm about to talk about one of the possible reasons as to why this is happening. As of right now, bond yields are over 2%, which is a sign that the market is anticipating that interest rates are going to be rising, which is something that the federal government explicitly said that it wouldn't happen for a long time. So, Wall Street right now is reacting very, very spooked, is reacting very negatively about the possibility, and are definitely dumping tech stocks. Tech stocks are the ones that have been going up tremendously this year, and Cathie Wood ended up making a few comments about that on a CNBC News report.
It seems undeniable to me, though, that you must be thinking about the impact of higher rates on the kinds of stocks that have been tried and true winners for you all throughout, whether it's the Signature Fund, the FinTech Innovation Fund, and even other areas of the ETFs that you have. Are you worried that as rates go up, those stocks could come down?
Well, I do believe if rates were to take a sharp turn up, that we would see a valuation reset, and our portfolios would be prime candidates for that valuation reset, of course. I agree with you, Scott. There will be a valuation reset. There will be fear, I'm sure, and we will use it to our benefit, concentrating our portfolio to our highest conviction names. But I think longer term, especially given the powerful growth trajectories that the 5 innovation platforms around which we revolve all of our research, that those trajectories are so powerful that these multiples, these companies are going to grow into their multiples a lot faster than most investors are now expecting. And so that's a source of confidence for us.
Now, just like Cathie was trying to explain, interest rates, if they were to go up, which is something that the market, like I explained, is potentially betting a little bit on that, there will definitely be a sell-off. And it's good to see that she's ready to be buying those dips and be able to take advantage of the volatility of the moment, because companies like Tesla that have great fundamentals have not changed. Just because the stock price goes down doesn't mean the company itself has changed. The stock and the company are two different things. But I do want to add that earlier during the year, Cathie was open on the fact that there could be a market correction in 2021. And it is one of the reasons why you do not want to be 100% invested. Another reason why Tesla is being affected by this market volatility is due to margin usage. So margin has been up 23% in the last 6 months. And margin is basically borrowed money. There is a tremendously large amount of new investors that have flooded the arena. And with apps like Robinhood and Webull and many others that give a zero commission platform and has made it easy for people to invest, people have been taking advantage of margin to unprecedented levels. People have been buying stocks, including Tesla stocks, completely on margin. And every time there's a market mini correction like we're having recently, people are going to have to cover so that way they don't get a margin call. A margin call is when you have to cover your expenses because you don't own the money that you borrowed to buy those stocks. You know, the brokerage wants their money back, and that's what happens. Using margin is okay, but I always tell people to be cautious about using margin. Buy your stocks with your own money as much as you can. I have used margin. I'm still using margin. It is not something bad if you know what to do, but it is definitely another reason that is adding additional downward pressure to the market, thus affecting Tesla as well. And the third most obvious reason is most likely the fact that we're gonna have another stimulus. This week is probably going to be the week that the stimulus for the $1,400 are going to be voted for, and that's definitely something that a lot of people are starting to think that maybe the market is already too overstimulated at this moment. Obviously, some people are not going to use the stimulus money for food. Some of that money is going to end up in the market. So that one was the obvious one, but I wanted to talk about the ones that weren't so obvious first. Now, because Tesla stock and the Tesla the company are totally different things, let's talk about some Tesla news that are definitely great for the business, things that long-term investors into Tesla should definitely be paying attention right now. The first story that I want to talk about is this. We finally have a new update from the Tesla Megapack installation process from Moss Landing, California, which is expected to be the largest in the world. And just as a little recap, the way that these battery packs work is by harnessing the power of the electricity to be able to distribute it in large scale, essentially replacing a major power plant grid that supplies power at scale. And Tesla's batteries have proven to be extremely efficient in this sector, way better than anything we have ever done with regular fossil fuel plants. And many years ago, we were able to see that effect on Australia on the biggest Megapack battery that we had.
Conventional generators can't match the way the battery makes small adjustments to power supply to keep the grid at the right frequency. This is the market operator's instruction. This is the response of a conventional power station. The battery is far swifter and more accurate.
And so what you guys are looking at right now is Tesla making progress towards completing its new largest battery in Moss Landing, California, which is a Megapack project that should become the world's largest battery system, even larger than that one in Australia. So this particular Tesla project is going to be deploying 182.5 megawatt at 730 megawatt hour, which could eventually grow up to 1.1 gigawatt hours. And this is extremely important because if we look back at the report from the Q4 earnings for 2020, we see that Tesla deployed and surpassed 3 gigawatt hours in a single year from the energy storage sector. So this was an increase of 83% compared to 2019. Now, this project alone is going to be doing 1.1 gigawatt hours potentially, meaning that it will be a total of 33% increase. So we're talking about a tremendous increase in the storage energy side of Tesla, and I don't see a lot of people talking about this. Not only that, if we also look in the report over here, we see that in 2020, the solar deployments increased 205 megawatts, which was also an 18%, more than the previous year. And you guys can look at the graph here from 2015 all the way up to 2020, how much exponentially the number has been increasing, and Tesla's side of the energy sector continues to grow. And this is what billionaire investor and Tesla believer Chamath Palihapitiya has said many times regarding the energy sector and the fact that it is going to be even bigger than the vehicle side of Tesla. Another reason why I'm so bullish on Tesla and why not only Chamath but also Kathy has continued to purchase more Tesla shares. And as a matter of fact, today Ark bought 183,707 shares of Tesla worth $131 million. So in a series of multiple buys today on this dip, Ark bought 202,461,435 shares of Tesla. So Ark now owns just over $3.6 billion worth of Tesla, or 0.67% of the share float. So in total right now, for the entirety, they own 5,046,485 shares of Tesla as of February 22nd, 2021. And it just goes to show the conviction that Ark Invest has on Tesla, not just on the energy side, but also on Tesla's ability to dominate on the autonomy sector, for the robo-taxis. And this is something that she was also talking about on the interview on CNBC.
I think we've been, again, with this short-term time horizon, we have not been spending enough in innovation. We invest. We want our companies to invest aggressively. We don't want profits now. We want them to invest aggressively because we're moving into many winner-take-most markets. And the autonomous taxi world is a very good example of that. That is why our confidence in Tesla, going back to the largest position in our portfolio, is so high.
And Elon Musk has also been talking a lot about Bitcoin, and you guys already know that last week Tesla ended up investing $1.5 billion into Bitcoin, and we already have a report that Tesla already profited big time on Bitcoin.
If Bitcoin were to have one of these moves that we've seen in previous years from the high, could that have a material effect on Tesla, just like the positive move had on that $1 billion number you were talking about?
Yeah, it's a great question. Obviously, it just adds to the volatility in the story. It still contained $1.5 billion that they invested, but I think this is not just a fad. I think Tesla's going to continue to double down on its Bitcoin investment, and you're seeing from a transaction perspective as well. But no doubt that they've made about $1 billion on paper from Bitcoin. That's more they made from a profit in all of EV sales 2020. I think it just speaks to what we're seeing in terms of this market.
As of the time that Dan was talking about this, Bitcoin has soared to $58,000 a coin, but their average bought price for Tesla, it is estimated to be at around $40,000 to $44,000 a coin. Somewhere, give or take, over here in February 7th or February 8th is the price that Tesla ended up buying. Obviously, this is only on paper, but it is nonetheless great news, demonstrating the flexibility of Tesla to be able to innovate even on the ways of them generating money. Institutions are definitely expected to continue to also follow along with Tesla, and it is something that is starting to become a trend. And right now, I want to take the time to take a few quick updates also on some tweets from Elon, talking about the Cybertruck, on a tweet that he was responding from Tesla owners of Silicon Valley, in which they were showing a little bit on the Cybertruck, as we guys can see over here, a close-up of it. And Elon ended up saying that the final design is looking good, was just in the studio. So it is nice to know that Elon is still working on the Cybertruck. Not too long ago, Elon ended up confirming that the Cybertruck is going to end up being very similar to the same design. Not much is going to change. It's only going to be about 3% shorter, but the rest is going to stay the same. It is not clear if they're going to be adding, the side mirrors. As you guys can see, it doesn't have that. And also whether or not the steering wheel is going to stay the same. But we do know some news that the steering wheel on the refresh of the Model S seems to be coming round. There's a lot of spots of that one not being square anymore. So maybe the Cybertruck is also going to have a round one. That is something that we gotta wait and see. But I'm gonna have to end the video right there because I didn't want to make it too long. I want to know what you guys think about this. This video was just to give you guys a little bit of understanding and confidence that as long-term Tesla investors, if Tesla's going down, it's not because of the company. We're having a little bit of a market correction. Diamond hands are important and the market is cyclical. I wanted to give you guys some good Tesla news that are happening recently, just to tell you that the business is still running strong and just to keep you guys a little bit updated. Did you buy on the amazing dips today, just like Kathy Wood and Ark Invest is taking advantage of? Let me know in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this video and you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed already, consider subscribing to Electric Invest and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next video. Follow me on Twitter at electric_invest. And with that being said, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video.